may I add one thing to that point?
Please, Kasper, please go.
As, very much agree with everything that's been said, and I think the stepping stone is that's the you can train to that shortcut. So when one of my first encounters with breath is when I hope you guys can hear me all right. I'm in the middle of nowhere in Iceland. I'm literally looking out to
perfectly well
to a glacier right now. Great. I found a local that was willing to lend me his Wi-Fi. So one of my first encounters with coaching somebody in breathwork was when I knew nothing about breathing. I was a science teacher. I had a kid who had test anxiety before a physics test, and they were there. And the only thing I could do, like intuitively, I stepped in and I started matching their breath, doing this with them. And then I was like, okay, and I started controlling that exhale. And then at the end, it turns into a sigh of relief, and then they're there. And I've seen this with thousands of people in ice baths. I just had it 2 hours ago when I was in a glacial runoff waterfall. I'm just bragging about this awesome trip. And I notice myself, I step in and it hits me very hard. And then I know that so there's this inhale, focus, sympathetic state. And then there's the sigh of relief. So the shift is, how do you get from there to there? And it starts with the controlled exhale. You have to really learn to control that, to build the mechanics of control, to get to the correct biochemical state, that you don't over blow out the exhale, right? Because that only makes things worse eventually. And then I've seen this with thousands of people also in ice baths and in other intense situations, is that when you help people control the exhale, there's a point where the system starts to recognize safety. And once that safety place has been reached, there will be that natural exhale, right? So it's important for people to understand this sigh of relief, all right? So it's important for people to understand that if you enter a state of relief, you will get that sigh of relief, but you need to get yourself there. But that doesn't mean that controlling the exhale the whole day long, if you're anxious, is what you need to have a small intervention that gets back to natural, and then get to that place where it happens kind of automatically, right? And I think that Brian explained that beautifully, is that the state that kind of Dan is hacking into that system and getting there right away, but especially with practiced people, they get there faster and faster, and they recognize it happening. And then to get out of the way, like breathing practice, controlling the exhale is an intervention, and then once the intervention has worked, you get out of the way and let biology do the thing, because once you hit that state, the body will take over with the correct action.
That was brilliant. Thank you, Kasper. That's exactly right. And I'd like to point out that Dan and Brian both have worked with